everyone, how you doing? Are you ready for some Pilates today? Okay, we're going to start standing nice and tall, feet hip distance apart, shoulders drawn down, lengthening up through the spine. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, we're gently going to drop our chin towards the chest. We're going to roll down one vertebrae at a time, exhaling as we go. Knees are nice and soft, go as far as you feel comfortable. Nice and gently, restack it, and the last thing that's going to lift up is the head. We've got 4 to do. Nice deep breath in. Chin to the chest, knees are soft, down we go. Let's feel that stretch, nice and gently bring that back. Deep breath in. And again, nice deep breath in. Gently take that up. Wonderful. Okay. Do just a couple of shoulder rolls. And reverse that rotation. Couple of shrugs up and down. Let's take our arms nice and gently out to the side. Now we're going to rotate. We're going to go palms up. Take your breath in, keeping the core engaged, and then rotate so your arms go all the way round. And now I've gone the other way. What I'm not doing is leaning forward. So I'm lengthening through my spine, core's engaged, and I'm just rotating. Can you see? So nice, slow, controlled movements. Just feel the stretch in those shoulders. Let's do one more and rotate. And gently release. Okay, next movement I would like you to have a go at. Toes facing forward, core's engaged, arms lengthening down beside the body. Now I'm going to point my thumbs, so my thumbs are pointing each other now. From there I'm going to take a breath in. I'm going to go into a squat, so I'm just going to squat down slightly. So don't let your knees push forward with your toes when you do your squat. Now squeeze your shoulder blades together and then lengthen your arms down your spine. So it should be all the muscles that are surrounding the bottom of your shoulder blade. You should feel squeezing. And you're going to hold the squeeze for count of 5 if you can. So give it a real good squeeze and gently release, deep breath in. Exhale. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And gently release. Couple of shoulder rolls again. Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to stand on the end of my mat, my feet hip distance apart, lengthening up through the spine, core's engaged. From there, I'm going to roll down, I'm going to walk it out into a basic plank position. So nice and gently walk it out. Come into that nice strong plank position, lengthening through. Feet hip distance apart, arms shoulder width apart, and you've got your wrists under your elbow, under your shoulder, and your weight is even between your hands and your feet. That's very important. Lots of people, I've been noticing, have been pushing all their weight onto their shoulders. Make sure your weight's nice and even. Now from there, I'm going to push back into a downward dog, which is here. So when you push back, make sure your knees are soft. I'm going to go sideways. So you're there, that's your downward dog, okay? And then from there, again, come forward into your plank. So if you need to adjust your feet slightly, you can. And then we're holding that, I'm going to revert around so I'm not looking at you again. Holding that for roughly a count of 5, push back to your downward dog. And again, flow forward, so flow back, lengthen through, and push back, Nice and slowly flow forward again. Lengthen through. Push back. And then from there, soften your knees. Just come on to hand and knees, little child's pose or a cat stretch, whichever one you prefer, don't mind. And gently release. Okay, next move, we're going to do a little rainbow plank. So, rainbow plank, you come onto your elbows, step back with your feet. Now put your feet close together, okay? Now from there, you're going to rock a hip. So I've rocked a hip over to one side. I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to swap it over to the other. You can just see it in the picture, I think. I'm going to go sideways so you can see. I'm not sure. So you go there. It's that one. So you rock it over, draw it back, rock it over, and draw it back. Gently release. So you release back to your child's pose or your cat stretch. I don't mind, whichever one you want to have a go at. Okay, I'm then coming up onto all fours. Now I'm going to do opposite arm and leg. Now if I do it here, I'm actually going to kick my bed, so I'm going to have to move around. But my leg is at hip height. My arm is at shoulder height. Okay. So hands on shoulders. Knees hip distance apart, deep breath in, keep the core engaged. Try not to wobble. You're going to lengthen away and you're slowly going to draw it back on, in. Now it's a slow continuous movement, don't hold at this moment in time. So slowly reach out, should be roughly a count of 5, nice and slowly. And then slowly draw that back. You're trying to really control the wobble. It's the slow continuous movement that makes it hard. Whopping out and holding it is easy. This slow continuous movement is the hard bit. Imagine my cup of tea's on your back. You're trying not to knock it off, so really lengthen through that arm and that leg. Let's keep going. One more. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to do the same movement, but we're going to put progression on. So we're going to reach it out, then you're then going to take it out to the side. So you do the reach out. And then from there you take it out to the side. Now notice that I haven't moved my upper body. My upper body is completely still. Okay, and my arm and my legs about 45 degrees. I'm going to bring that back to centre. I'm going to bring that back in. I'm going to swap to the other side. So are you ready? Deep breath in. Exhale. Lengthen out. Inhale. Exhale. Take that to the side. Keep breathing. Holding. Inhale, bring that in. Gently return. Make sure that core stays nice and tight. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, take that out. Only 45 degrees, don't go too far. Gently bring it back to centre. And close. Exhale, take that out. Inhale. Exhale to the side. Inhale, centre. and slowly return. Other side, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, slowly return. Inhale, exhale. Take that breath. Exhale. Inhale. Slowly return. This is the third one. So we've got one more to each side to do. Extending out. Gently take that to the side. Hold to breathe. Close. And release. One more to each side. Inhale, exhale. Take it to the side. Exhale, center. Gently bring that back. This is the last one. Inhale, exhale. Exhale to the side. Gently bring that back to center. And release. Just pop that into a child's pose again, cat stretch. Take the pressure off for a moment. Nice. Okay. Now from there, you're going to come on to hands and, not hands and knees, come onto your bottom. We're going to just have a little stretch. So, put your hip distance apart, sitting nice and tall, lengthening through the spine, cores engaged. Let's inhale. As we exhale, lift up and out. And just feel the stretch through your back and through that lumbar spine. Gently bring that back. One more to do, and exhale. Okay, I'm going to go wide with the feet. Arms out to the side, lengthening through, sitting tall. Inhale, exhale. Let's go over to the side. Let's inhale as we bring that back. Make sure you come all the way here. Sit up tall, shoulders down, lengthening through. Lots of people do this. It's a big difference. Exhale, just take it over. Gently take that back. Exhale. Stretching. Exhale. And exhale. And exhale. Gently release. Wonderful. Okay. Now from there I'm going to come over onto my side. And I'm going to do chalk circles. So I'm going to place my, come wide, you'll be seen. Place my head on my arm, or if you've got a pillow, you can use a pillow. This hand goes to the floor. Now from there, I run my hand around the floor. When your arm comes up beside your head, your palm will then rotate. So little finger goes up first, and your palm will rotate to the ceiling. Now from there you can keep going. Now it depends how flexible you are as to whether you stay on the floor or not with that arm, and gently bring it back. Now if you find you get here and your arm wants to come up here, you want to be keeping it straight. Lots of people do this weird bendy army thing. Leave your arm straight, and if your arm needs to come up here, if that's where your flexibility allows you to go, that's where you go. It's not a problem. If you're a bit more flexible, you're over here. You are allowed to lean back, so you can see I've leaned right back, so I've gone round. So we've got 4 to do. I know lots of people struggle with this one, but just take your time. Don't try and copy exactly, just wherever your body wants to take you. Okay, so we've got 4 of that movement to do. Once we've done one side with 4, we're going to gently swap over and we're going to do the other side. If you're a bit more flexible, don't lean back. Okay, so you've done 4 there. So nice and gently going to swap and we're going to do 4 the other way. So I'm going to do it. If I do it this way, you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing. So the arm's going to come up. So I'm going to rotate, look. So pinky finger goes up. Touch the floor, touch your bottom, and then come back. I'm moving away because I'm just hitting my bed. Wonderful. If you've done 4 there, you've done really well. Okay, next one I'm going to do, I'm going to opening arm. So I'm going to stay exactly where I am, but I'm going to touch the floor and then I'm going to take this arm up and over. But when it comes down, it doesn't come up, it comes down. So it comes down at slightly, sort of 45 degrees off your bottom, and then gently bring that up again. So that's the movement. Touch the floor. So when it starts, it's at shoulder height. It comes up across, and then when it comes down the other side, you need to lower it slightly. If you keep it high, it tends to lift the shoulder, and you want to make sure this shoulder stays down. Okay. Now, if you're a bit more flexible, you can take this top leg to the floor, and you can come here if you want. So you can put the hands on top of each other. If your head's okay, you can use a pillow if you need to. So if you're a bit more flexible, you can see I've dropped this top knee to the floor. So that when I come over, that's giving me more of a stretch to my waist and my spine. Do one more here. Okay, we're now gently going to swap sides. So I'm going to roll over. I'm going to do exactly the same move on the other side. Okay, so start off, hands at shoulder height, get yourself nice and comfortable. You want that deep stretch, that top knee comes to the floor. You're there. You can use a pillow under your head, and when you come up here, don't go straight, make sure that shoulder stays down. You touch the floor over here. Gently bring that up. Got one more to do after this one. And this is the last one. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to stay where I am because it's probably easy for you to see what I'm doing with my legs. So I'm going to bring my legs up into tabletop, there, Okay, I'm going to take my arms out to the side. So 90 degrees with the hip. If you've got lower back issues, bring your knees a little bit closer to your chest. Now from there, I'm going to rock my knees to one side. I'm going to look to the opposite arm, and I'm gently going to bring that back up. If you want that a little bit harder, extend that top leg and then take it over. Okay, so 4 to each side, off you go. Exhale as you go down. Pause nice and tight throughout. Inhale as you draw that back. Swap if you're doing straight legs. Nice, slow, controlled movement. Don't rush. Keep going. I'm going to stop there. I'm just going to give you a little bit more time to finish that off. Okay, because I started before you. So when you have finished those 4, if you just come to a seated position for a moment. Now what we're going to do is just stretch that out. So I'm going to take my fingers up to the sky. So palms facing away from me, and my arm is sort of roughly in line with my ear, and I'm going to drop down onto my side. Now my elbow is beside my hip. Lots of people do this weird thing and they come back here. I'm not doing that. My elbow is beside my hip, so I want the stretch to be down into here where we've just worked. So I'm going to really stretch through. Gently bring that back. Let's swap to the other side. Gently take the arm up. Over you go. Feel the stretch in that waist. Now if you can't cross your legs, just do with straight legs. You can have straight legs out in front of you, that's no problem. Just stretch it through. Elbow beside the hip. Stretch across. Gently bring that back. Let's go the other way. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Keep going. Take that up and over. And up and over. One more to each side to do. Really feel that stretch. And this is the last one. And gently release. Okay, we're going to come back into rollbacks now. So feet hip distance apart, knees hip distance apart, arms come forward. We're going to inhale, shoulders drawn down. As you exhale, chin comes towards chest, cores nice and tight. Exhaling as you go down onto your mat, nice and slowly. Arms are going to come over the head, touch the floor. We're going to inhale, wiping those hands back over the hips. Exhale hard. Reach to the sky and back we come again. The core's nice and tight throughout. Deep breath in. Up you come. Reach for the sky. Now if you're struggling, just go halfway back. You haven't got to go all the way. Make sure the shoulders are drawn down throughout. So gently take that down. Do one more here. Gently take that down. progress that movement for those of you that can. Now, if you're struggling, instead of holding the leg still, the leg can go up and down and work as a lever to help you make the movement. So the hard one, I'm going to extend that leg out, my arm's going to come forward, I'm going to C-curve down onto my mat all the time. I'm roughly holding my leg as if my knees have been bolted together, so the knee height doesn't move. Now, if you want that easier, what you do, start off there. As you go down, you can lower the leg, and then as you come up, you can lift the leg slightly there, and that moving one's slightly easier than the other one. If you're really, really struggling, have one leg really close to the floor as you go down, and as you come up, okay? So you've got a choice of 3. Off you go. I'm just going to do one more on this leg with the hard one, and then I'm going to start 4 on the other, which is hopefully giving you time to do whichever level you fancy having a go at. So, poking in my back there. Okay, I'm going to swap to the other side. So hopefully you've finished that. I've got something on my mat which isn't very comfortable. A bit of grit or something. Okay, the next movement. Now the next movement we're going to do on your back, so you're coming back down to your mat. Extend both legs towards the ceiling. I'm going to go slightly sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Now you can have your head up, you can have your head down. I don't mind. If your head is up, chin towards chest. If your head is down, chin is still towards chest, you're lengthening through the back of the neck. Legs pointing towards the ceiling. Now from there you're going to hold on to one leg while you slowly lower the other leg to the floor. Inhale as you draw that back. So if you're here, you can come here. Okay, so you've got 4 to each side to do. The slower you go, the harder you work. So you're holding on to one leg. You get a great stretch through those down here, through the back of this leg, while you're really working the hip flexors and the lower core on the other side. Exhale as you go down. Inhale. Exhale. And then this is the last one. Okay, gently release, hug those knees into the chest for a moment. Okay. Now the next movement is really quite hard. What we're going to do is we're going to join our legs together. So stay in your position, staying on your back, neutral spine position. Take the legs to the ceiling, and then you're going to start doing small circles. So I'm just going to, if I come here, hopefully you can see. Okay, so that's my start position. Now I'm going to do small circles. So I'm imagining I've got pencils on my toes, and I'm doing some small circles. Now you may feel a little bit more stable if you take your arms to the side. And I'm going to do 3s. So I'm going to do 3 little circles here, and I'm going to reverse that, and I'm going to do 3 little circles here. Then I'm going to reverse the rotation again, but I'm now doing medium-sized circles, so I'm going a little bit bigger. Now watch your lower back with this, please. You've got to be really mindful. You've got to move as slowly as you can. So we're drawing sort of large dinner plates, sort of your Christmas turkey plate size. That's 2. 3. Now I'm going to reverse that rotation. I'm going to go the other way. So that's 1. So you're really working those muscles of the lower core now. That's 2. That's 3. Now, you're going to go as big as you like. So you're going to make nice big circles. But you're going to really work that core. Watch your lower back. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. I'm going to reverse that rotation. Oh, I've just remembered we were meant to be doing 3s. I got carried away there. Loving it so much. Remember to breathe deep because this is tough. That was 2. And this is 3. Now I'm going to do 4 because I did 4 on the other circle, so just to keep myself even. And that's 4. Nice one. Hug those knees into the chest, take the pressure off for a moment. Well done. I'm going to place my hands on my knees. So I'm going to bring my knees in towards my chest. I'm going to circle my knees around away from me. So I'm using my arms to take the weight of my legs. Nice big circles. And that's 4. And then once I've done 4 in that rotation, I'm going to reverse it and I'm going to do 4 on the other. This is the 4th. Okay, I'm now going into bridges from there. So I'm going to place my feet flat on the floor, feet hip distance apart, arms coming down beside the body, chin towards the chest, make sure you lengthen on the back of that neck. Now you've already done your pelvic tilts by doing those knee circles. I'm going to inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to push my lumbar spine down into the mat and I'm going to curve up into my nice strong bridge position. So I'm hoping to get a straight line between my shoulder, my hip and my knee. I'm going to take a nice deep breath in at the bottom, and then as I exhale, C-curve back down, nice and slowly, trying to get as much movement through that spine as possible. I've got 2 basic ones to start with. So nice deep breath in, C-curve, cores tight, nice and slowly peeling yourself off that mat, really squeezing those glutes as you lift, and then gently take that to the mat. Deep breath in, off we go again. Now if you're feeling any tension in the backs of your thighs, it means you haven't got your feet close enough to your bottom, so you need to bring those feet in slightly. Now from there, I'm going to take my breath in. As I exhale, I'm going to take my arms up and over my head. Really trying to control the wobble, because your body's going to want to sway from side to side, and you've really got to control it, keeping that core nice and tight. Stopping the wobble. Really focus on what you're doing. And curve back to the mat. Slower you go, the harder you work with Pilates. Okay, so we're going to do one more of those. We're going to inhale, exhale, C-curve through. Squeeze it up, squeeze it up, squeeze it up. Nice deep breath in, arms coming up over the head. Touch the floor, deep breath in. Bring that back. Curve back down. We're going to go again. Deep breath in. C curve. Yeah. Arms over the head. And then from there, you're going to try and lift a leg. So you can just lift a foot if you want. If you want to go a bit harder, you can do a full extension. You're going to replace and you're going to swap to the other side. Now every time you replace that leg on the floor, you've got to squeeze up with your glutes because you would have dipped. Okay, so there, squeeze up and then go again. So whether it just be a knee or a full leg, I don't mind. I've got to bend mine, otherwise I'm going to kick my bed. But you could go with a straight leg throughout if you wanted, but making sure you're really working those glutes as you go. Squeeze up. Okay, you're going to bring the arms back. And you're going to curve back to the mat. Curve, 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 curve. Nice full body stretch if you can. Okay, lengthen through for a second. Now you're going to come over onto your side. So you're coming here. You've got your feet slightly behind you, and you're roughly a straight line between your shoulder, your hip and your knee. Okay, roughly. My elbow is set under my shoulder. Okay, I'm going to inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to throw this arm up to the sky and I'm going to lift. I'm going to bring this arm over my ear. So I'm lengthening through and I'm pushing my hip to the ceiling, and then I'm going to curve myself back to the mat. Okay. Now, if you've got your knees too far forward, when you lift, you're still going to be bent. So you need to make sure they're far enough back so that when you come up, you're in a nice straight line. If you look down the line, my elbow, my hip and my knees are all in the same alignment. If there was a line on the floor, that's where they would all be. So we've got 4 to do here, nice and slowly. Got 1 more to do. And exhale. We're going to swap and we're going to do 4 to the other side. Nice and comfortable. Gently take the arm up and over, exhaling as you do, lengthen through, gently bring that back. And again, deep breath, push up. I'm sliding on my wooden floor because I've gone sideways. Just carry on, guys. There you go, that's better. Got 1 more to do here. I'm going to progress that movement. What I'm going to do is going to come up onto full arm. I'm going to come this way, I think, first to start with. So similar movement, but I'm going to lengthen both legs away. So both my legs are straight. My top leg, can you see it, is in front. Okay, Okay, now this is the one where you've got to be careful of pushing your ankles into the mat. Do not push your ankles into the mat. Get on your feet. So you can see I'm in roughly a straight line because you can only just see my front leg because it's in front of the other. Now, this arm is set under my shoulder. I'm going to inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to throw this arm up. And I'm coming into this position here. Now, you can see that my hand, my hip and my feet are all in the same alignment. This arm comes over my ear. Okay, and then I'm going to come back down. Now, I'm going to come the other way so you can see me full on. Legs in front. So it's really important that you're not bent, that your body is in that straight alignment. So deep breath in. Oh, if you've got wrist problems, do it on your elbow. So deep breath in, exhale, push up. Nice straight alignment. That's what it looks like from the front. Okay. Gently take that down. That's 2. Deep breath in, exhale, push up. This is 3. One more here. Deep breath in, exhale. Push that up. And gently release. We're going to swap that to the other side. So check that you get your alignment correct. Now if you find your feet are slipping, push your feet against your wardrobe or your wall or whatever's to hand. Okay. So I've got my grippy socks on. That's why it's easy when I go up onto my feet to stop me sliding. Now, again, check your alignment. Are you straight? Nice deep breath in. Exhale. Push up. Lengthen through. Hold if you can for a few moments. And then gently take that down again. Exhale. Off we go. Push up. Gently take that down. And again, nice deep breath in. Exhale, push up. We've got one more to do here. Deep breath in, exhale. Push up. Gently release. Okay, you're going to come to hands and knees. We're going to cat and cow now. Come on to hands and knees. Cat stretch up. Cow pose. Cat stretch up again. Cow pose. Bring it to a nice neutral spine position. You're going to tuck your toes under. Take your deep breath in. We're going to downward dog. Ease those heels to the floor. Feel the stretch down the back of those legs. And when you're ready, soften your knees. Walk your hands towards your feet. And then slowly rise. Shoulder shrugs. Reverse that rotation. Nice deep breath in. And exhale. And again, nice deep breath in. And exhale. Well done, class. Excellent job. I will see you next time for your next exciting class. Bye for now.